Stop listening to and believing the lies of your enemy. That critical voice that's in between your ears, man, is always telling you you're no good every time you make a mistake. Guess what, bruh? That is not your voice. That's the voice of your enemy, and his job is to distort your reality. His job is to separate you from the person who God intended you to be. It's a mindset that's dominated, man, by self-doubt, insecurity, and fear. In this video right here, man, I'm gonna share three things with you, bro. I'm gonna share, first of all, how to tell when the disease of addiction is speaking to you. Then you're gonna learn how the disease of addiction, addictive thinking, enemy of life affects you personally. And most importantly, I'm gonna show you how to find true freedom from the disease of addiction. Now let me ask you this, man. We're just gonna keep it straight gutter. Let me ask you this: has there ever been a time that you wanted to do something real bad? It was passionate. You wanted to do it. You was putting your best foot forward. You was about to do this. It's something that you really want to do, but something inside of you told you you can't do it, and you believed it. How about the times, man, when you wanted to say no, right, and you said yes? Well, that's the disease of addiction. That's the enemy of life, man. And he been on his game all the time. He been on his game ever since you was a kid. Ever since he was a kid, he told you, bro, you don't need nobody. You can do things on your own. Guess what? That was your enemy. And in order to deal with your enemy, you have to be able to bring your A game. And when I'm talking about A game, I'm talking about A standing for awareness. The enemy of life, man, he's just a big liar. He's a father of lies. He's been lying for a very long time, and he's very deceptive. And one thing that he does, and I shared it earlier, that he wants you to believe that his voice is your voice. Now, here's how you can tell when he's speaking to you, man, right? One is that he's very impulsive. He reacts. He doesn't think. Anything that happens, he just reacts to it. That's the enemy of life. He doesn't want you to forgive. He wants you to hold things in. He wants you to keep your foot on people's neck. That's the enemy of life. Right? I'll talk about envy, jealous, blame, insecurity. All those things is from him. That's not who you are. Right? See, one thing about the enemy of life, man, he knows this, right? He knows this. He knows that you don't know who you are, right? He knows that you don't know the power that you possess. As long as he can keep you, right, from knowing who you are, he can deceive you and keep you at your low. You don't, in order to be spiritually dead, you don't have to be dead. You can be alive and breathing and still be dead. And he knows this, right? The hidden struggle with addiction is not drugs, right? It's not growing up without a father. It's not having no money. It's not gambling or things like that. The hidden struggle with addiction, man, I want you to get this. It's the battle between lies and the truth. Right? It's the battle between lies and the truth, man. The enemy of life has been speaking to us for so long, we believe the lies that he told us, right? If I continue to tell myself a lie, eventually it's going to become the truth. Life at its core, man, is no more than just reality. It is what it is, right? Life is just reality. It is what it is, not that what I wish it would be, not fear of what it might be. It just is what it is. But the enemy of life, and this is why we call him the enemy of life, right? He's an enemy of reality. He wants you to think and believe that your life is not worth living. He wants you to believe that your life is hard on you. Let me tell y'all something about this thing of life, man. Everybody who's born is born under life, right? And what I mean by that, we all go through the same things. Right? We all lose loved one. We all get job. We go through divorce. We all go through these same things, but some people know how to experience life. Right? See, the enemy of life wants you to think that he's your enemy, and he wants you to think that you are a victim of life. Life is a divine gift from God. And his intentions is for us, man, right? His intention for us to be happy, joyous, and free. A lot of people look for happiness, man. Even people out there, they looking for joy, but a lot of people really don't understand the freedom, right? Freedom from what? Freedom from self. There's two selves, y'all. There's a self that the enemy invented, right? That he wants you to think that you invented him. Then there's a self who God intended you to be. Hey, if so far, if you're getting anything out of this video, man, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you subscribe. Now, here's the deal, man. How the disease of addiction affects you personally, man. One way that affects us personally, he makes us lose our identity. He separates us from God. He separates us from the person who God intended us to be. He separates us from our true self. That's why we call it the disease of addiction. Dis-ease. We're not at ease with our true selves, not the self that the enemy created, not the one that think he all bad and think the whole world against him, not that self. I'm talking about the self that God intended us to be. See, up under this macho thing, up under our personality, up under our belief system, deep down at its core is a living spirit. And how the enemy separate us from our true selves, man. He separate and disconnect us from our goals, our values, our purpose. He convince us. Listen, the enemy of life can convince us that we are unworthy. Not only that, he can convince us, some of us has been convinced by the enemy of life that we shouldn't even be living. Another way, man, the enemy of life, man, right, affects us personally, man, with this emotional turmoil, man. I'm talking about we get a feeling. This is when he usually speaks the most. I must add that, man. He speaks the most when we going through. He speaks often, right? He speaks all the time, but he speaks really loud when we going through our feelings. Right. Because see, the enemy of life, he want us to believe that emotions and feelings are bad. Not only that they're bad, they're an emergency. We need to get rid of them. We need to do something. That's why a lot of people in addiction, bruh, we get high. We don't get high, man, because we just want to get high. We get high because we don't want to feel. People act out because they don't want to feel. They eat a lot. They don't want to feel. We have been convinced by our enemy, by our addictive thinking that feelings and emotions are bad. But again, man, God made us human beings. It's okay to be human. Right? It's okay to have feelings, but the enemy of life wants you to believe like, no, these feelings are bad. You need to do something about them. So we do something about them. We get a bad feeling. We go get high. We spend all our money. We hurt ourselves. We hurt our loved ones. Then now our feelings are worse. Never before have I heard a recovering person say they got high and a situation got better. And another way, man, the enemy of life affects us personally. He damaged relationships, right? He damaged relationships that we have with our true selves. We have with other people, our loved ones, and he damaged and distort the relationship that we have with our higher power. That's his job, man. Because see, look, he have trust issues. Again, you got to remember, y'all, that our enemy is not us. So when we say I have trust issues, now what you telling me, bruh, the enemy of life, that voice inside your head, have trust issues. You don't have trust issues, right? Right? Because we are connected. We are spirit who are connected with God. Right. So what he does is he distorts our relationship and he damages our relationships. And that's where we got to get in touch with how to rebuild these damaged relationships, the relationships with ourselves, the relationship with our loved ones, and most importantly, the relationship with our higher power. So how do we find true freedom from the enemy of life, from addictive thinking? We does this by being able to challenge the things that we tell ourselves. Now, if we always lie to ourselves, have you ever once challenged the thoughts that you get? I mean, ask yourself, is this thought based in reality? Is this thought that's telling me what to do right now? Is it even based in the truth? You begin to challenge these thoughts. Why? Because now you're aware. See, you're aware of these thoughts now. You're aware that these not your thoughts. And you'll be surprised, y'all, how many lies that we have been telling ourselves. See, healing is about learning, unlearning and relearning. And the bulk of recovery is unlearning the lies that we tell ourselves. So now we become aware of them. This thought, this belief system no longer serve me. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to let it go. And when you let it go, you ask God to remove it. And now when God removed, right? When he removed these belief systems, when he removed these lies away from us, y'all, we began to hear his voice. And it's a quiet voice that always telling us to do the right thing for the right reason. He tell us to let that go. Don't hold on to resentment. Forgive people. Show compassion. He always telling us. He basically, God's voice is the opposite of the enemy of life. See, enemy of life is all about fear, where God is all about love. True freedom coming from living and according to God's divine purpose, lining our will up with his will. This means living in our truth, living with a peace of mind, and living with acceptance of ourselves and acceptance of reality. If you like this lesson, make sure you click this next video, man, and I'll see you in my next video.